Good morning, students. Today I am going to start the next unit of business studies, that is financial management. In this module, we will learn about the meaning of financial management, its objectives, and the meaning of financial planning and its objectives with the help of case studies analysis. Before going to discuss the meaning of financial management, it is important to know what is business finance. Money required to carry out business activities is called business finance. Finance is required to establish, to run, to modernize, to expand, and to diversify the business. Now, what is financial management? Financial management is concerned with proper management of funds, that is, flow of funds, and involve decisions relating to procurement of funds, investment of funds, and distribution of earnings to the owners. In other words, we can say it is concerned with management of flow of funds and involves decisions relating to where where to raise finance, where to invest the funds, and distribute the earnings to the shareholders. Next, objectives of financial management. The primary aim or objective of financial management is to maximize the wealth of the shareholder, that is, wealth maximization. Now, what is wealth maximization? Wealth maximization means to earn maximum wealth for the shareholder. So, the finance manager tries to give a maximum dividend to the shareholders. As he'll give the maximum dividend to the shareholder, it results in increase the market value of the shareholders. Next, objectives of financial management. Financial management has other objectives too, like ensuring availability of sufficient funds at reasonable cost, ensuring effective utilization of funds, and ensuring safety of funds procured by creating reserves, reinvesting profits, and so on. Means the wealth maximization objectives is achieved by effective utilization of funds, by raising the funds at minimum cost and minimum risk, by ensuring safety of funds, or by maintaining financial liquidity and profitability through working capital decisions. Now, role of financial management. How financial management is important for the organization. Financial management is important for the management and organization in following ways: by taking the size and composition of fixed assets, by taking the size and composition of current assets in taking the financing decisions, and all the items in the P&L account like sales expenses, distribution expenses, and depreciations of asset. It means financial management is concerned with optimal procurement as well as usage of finance. It aims at procuring funds at lower cost and ensuring that available funds are in the business or not, and avoiding the idle funds. Now, the next concept is financial planning. Financial planning is an important part of overall planning of any business enterprise. It is essentially the preparation of financial blueprint of an organization's future operations. So, financial planning means it is a process of estimating the funds requirement of a business and specifying the sources of funds. It is required to tackle the uncertainties in respect of availability and timings of funds. Now, we will see the concept of financial planning with the help of case study analysis. Somnath Limited is engaged in the business of export of garments. In the past, the performance of the company had been up to the expectations. For this, the finance manager Dalmia estimated the amount of funds required and the timings. It is important to know the objectives of financial planning, and here the finance manager is doing the same. This will help the company in linking the investment and financing decisions on continuous basis. Dalmia therefore began with the preparation of sales forecast for the next 4 years. Phi also collected the relevant data about the profit estimates in the coming years. By doing so, he wanted to be sure about the availability of funds from the internal sources of the business. For the remaining funds, he is trying to find out the alternative sources from outside. So, in this case study, the organization is talking about the concept of financial planning. Finance manager is ensuring about the enough funds are available at right time and firm does not raise funds unnecessarily. So, objectives of financial planning are to ensure availability of funds whenever required, which involves estimation of funds required, the time at which these funds are to be made available and the sources of these funds. Second, to see that firms does not raise resources unnecessarily, as excess funding is almost as bad as inadequate funding. Now, the importance of financial planning. How financial planning is important for the organization. It helps in forecasting, that is, correct assessment of future financial situation. With the help of financial planning, we will prepare for the uncertainties of the future for business shock. It helps in optimum utilization of resources. It acts as a link between present and future, that is, investment relating to the present and how it will benefit in future. It helps in evaluation of actual performance, that is, the objectives of all the business units are clearly set through financial planning. That is why it is easy to do proper evaluation of actual performance by these units through financial planning. It serves as a control technique also because it makes evaluation of actual performance easier by spelling out detailed objectives for various business segments. So, financial planning is important for future forecasting, for preparing business business regarding the future business uncertainties. It helps in coordination of various business functions. It helps in optimum utilization of resources. It acts as a link between present and future. It helps in evaluation of actual performance and serves as a control technique. It also helps in reducing the waste and duplication of efforts. So this is all about the financial planning. Thank you.